In an age where envy festered like a wound beneath stone, a child named Gnut was born. His father, Duran, the mountain king of Gloomdeep Hold, watched helplessly as foreign lands rose in brilliance, their wealth and wonders casting long shadows over his own fading kingdom. Time and again, King Duran walked the docks of Port Wretched, the kingdom's only window to the outside world. But each visit only deepened the fire within him, as the markets overflowed with riches that did not belong to his people. A question echoed endlessly in his mind, a question that refused to fade. How had outsiders forged such perfection, their ships sleek and mighty, their garments rich beyond measure, their magic far beyond the grasp of stone and steel? Yet the deepest sting did not come from outsiders, but from within. For even among his own people, there were those who had surpassed him, and that truth cut deeper than any blade. For centuries uncounted, the treasure fleets of the distant Sky Iron Dominion arrived at Port Wretched, unyielding, precise, as if guided by time itself. Their presence was not a surprise, but a reminder. Each time King Duran welcomed the Skyrian admiral, his fury trembled beneath the surface, for even a mere officer of the Dominion stood clad in glory far beyond a king. Again and again, the Dominion's gifts dazzled his court, treasures that drew gasps of awe. Yet when Duran offered his own, they were nothing more than hollow courtesy. The wealth of the Sky Iron Dominion weighed heavily upon him. For what was a great king if his kingdom stood small beneath the world? Yet the mountains of despair forged more than stone. They forged strength. Within Gloomdeep Hold lived a people unyielding, proud, unbreakable, great, even if the world failed to see it. At last, after a lifetime consumed by envy and quiet humiliation, King Duran rose with unshakable resolve. He would amass a treasure so overwhelming that none could ever again doubt the greatness of Gloomdeep Hold. A decree echoed through the halls. Any dwarf who could craft or uncover a treasure worthy of the Skyrian Dominion would rise as a hero among their people. And above all others, the weight of expectation fell upon one name, Gnut. If only he had been ready, but Gnut's youth had been scattered like sparks, chasing fleeting passions from forge to battlefield, from chamber to chamber, never staying long enough to master any. And so he became everything and nothing. Not a master of forge, nor a champion of war, nor a voice of wisdom, just Gnut, unfinished, uncertain, and unready. Gnut's greatest gift was not of steel, nor strategy, but laughter. His voice filled taverns with bold, mischievous songs that turned heads and raised mugs. A cherished companion, yes, but far from the hero his kingdom demanded. But now the king's decree echoed like thunder through stone halls, and Gnut stood at its center, burdened by expectations he had never prepared to carry. Forging greatness was beyond him, he knew that much. But perhaps even a flawed warrior could stumble into glory. So he donned royal armor, not with confidence, but with hope. Though ancient, Gloomdeep's reach was small. Beyond its halls stretched the vast mountains of despair, wild, untamed, and filled with secrets yet untouched. And below, even deeper mysteries waited. Endless tunnels, long abandoned, twisted through the earth, remnants of an empire lost to time. Above and below, The world whispered of hidden treasures. Among all whispered legends, one name rose above the rest. An ancient castle now claimed by terror itself. The Fire Knight, a blazing demon clad in molten steel, whose fury had crushed all who dared challenge it. Legends whispered of treasures beyond imagination, gold that outshone the sun itself. At the Fire Knight's feet lay riches untold, and upon his shield a divine centerpiece said to be forged by the very hands of gods. But those treasures were not gifts, they were warnings. Each gleaming relic belonged to a challenger who dared face the Fire Knight and paid the ultimate price. Gnut knew well this was no place for the untested, yet with no craft to offer and no mastery to rely upon, it was the only path left to him. With unease gnawing at his heart, Gnut spoke the words aloud. He would lead an expedition to slay the Fire Knight. The halls erupted in celebration. Songs were sung, mugs were raised, and Gnut found himself swept away by the intoxicating tide of praise and glory. And in that intoxicating glow, doubt began to fade. The dangers once so clear now seemed distant, almost unreal.